how to place an order. To place an order, we will navigate to Add New, either at the top of the page or in the left-hand side menu. Once selected, a pop-up appears where you enter your customer reference name or number. This is your reference details, and as such you can enter any name or number here. In the previous portal, to select the product you wanted to order, you'd have a long list of ranges to choose from. In the new portal, now we see the categories of products which we can order. This is to quickly divide up the ranges dependent on the blind type required. In this instance, we will choose roller blinds. Now, when we get to the order page and select blind type, all options shown are only of roller blinds. This illustrates what options are available in this category. If there is a range in this category which you are not as familiar with, you can navigate to the download section within MyDecora to access more information. Alternatively, you can select any of the ranges and then scroll down the page. Under the blind render and pricing summary, there are two options which you can select. These are specification. This will take you directly to the product specification sheet within the MyDecora download section. Fitting instructions. This will take you directly to the fitting guide in the MyDecora download section. Having selected the range we are using, we can change the measurements between millimeters and inches by clicking on the toggle button. We then enter the sizes of the blind. Next, we choose whether to order the blind as either recess, commonly used when fitting into a recess, or blind type, typically used when fitting outside of the recess. To see what deductions are made to the differing measuring types, simply select the I button. To return to the main page, click the mouse on any part of the screen. Depending on what you are ordering, the options displayed may vary. Having, in this instance, selected recess, we now move down to the next option, which is what fabric we will be choosing. When selecting the drop-down menu, we are presented with all the fabric options available in this range. We can then either scroll to the fabric desired, or alternatively, we can start typing in the name of the fabric. This will then filter the fabrics to only show the variations of that named range. On the right hand side of the fabrics, within the drop-down menu, you will see the pricing bands. Once a fabric is selected, the rendered window in the middle of the page will change to show the fabric within it. This allows you to confirm that the fabric chosen is the one desired. Under the fabric option, you have a further two options which you can use if needed. The first is location. This enables you to add the location of where the blind will be fitted. Anything put in here will then be printed on the outside of the packaging to make identification easier. Finally, we have the quantity option, which means if you need multiples of the same blind, you can add here how many you require. These will be identical, including size. When happy with what you've inputted, select Proceed. We now move to the second page of the order where we can see multiple options. In this instance, we can choose between the various system types of the Cruise fascia roller which we previously selected. When we make our selection, if this selection has an impact on options either already or yet to be selected, a pop-up will appear to notify us of this. As we move down the following options, we can see there are small lock symbols to the left of them. Those which have an open lock symbol are options which will automatically be changed if we select another option which has a recommended difference. By clicking on the lock and changing its status to locked, now, regardless of other choices, it will not alter what has been selected. At the bottom of the page, we have special instructions. If there's any information which you need to supply to us regarding the blind which cannot be selected in the options, you can input it here. Below this is a notification area. Here, if any options were automatically changed to the blind, they will be displayed. Finally, we can see the price of the blind in the bottom right of the screen and a detailed breakdown in the middle of the screen just below the blind render. If you need to make any changes to the blind from the options on the first page, at the top of this page is an edit option which will allow you to do this. When happy with the details that we have inputted, select Proceed. Having completed the blind, we now see it in the summary page. If you need to expand the details of the blind, This can be done by simply clicking on the row. On the right hand side of the row are three options. These are Duplicate, which is to duplicate the blind, Edit, which allows you to enter the blind details and make appropriate changes, and Delete, which will remove the blind from the order. If you wish to add another blind of the same blind type to the order, navigate to Add Another. If you wish to add a different product to the order, navigate to Add Another Product to your order. Moving up to the top right hand side of the page, we can see two options. The first is the ability to download a copy of the order. This will be a detailed document similar to an order acknowledgement. This can be useful when ordering multiple blinds to ensure that all have been entered correctly. The other option is to change the view of how the blinds are displayed in the order. When you have added all the blinds that you wish to for this order, navigate to the bottom right of the screen and select either Save or Proceed. Save will allow you to leave the order to be submitted at a later date. Proceed will take you to the next step to order the blind immediately. In this instance, we will choose to proceed. Having proceeded, we have arrived at the checkout page. Here we can review the customer reference we entered earlier and amend it if necessary. Working down the page, we are then presented with the delivery options available for this order. Here you can see any additional costs and dispatch times which are associated with the differing options. Below is the delivery address that the order will be sent to. As default, this will be your business address. We recommend that orders are delivered to your business address, but if desired, you can change the address to any you wish. Finally, at the bottom there is an area which you can add delivery notes. When all details on this page are completed, select Pay on the right hand side of the screen. If you're an account customer, the order has now been completed. If you're a pro forma customer, you'll be taken to a payment page to complete the transaction.